Madam Speaker, another major focus of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at this time is dengue mitigation. And as we had mentioned previously, the NSWMA and the NWA is technically involved in this dengue mitigation by trying to clear the environmental conditions that would create the growth in the vector. But we have made a specific allocation, an initial allocation of $300 million to the Ministry of Health to conduct fogging and other kinds of vector control in the next 6 weeks. With the passage of Hurricane Beryl, there is a potential for a significant increase in the dengue vector. The Aedes aegypti mosquito, which breeds primarily in containers, is the main vector. We know that many communities are being plagued by increase in the mosquito population, and not just mosquito, but with other vectors, in terms of roaches and rats and flies, and therefore the cleanup and removal and clearing waterlogged areas is of critical importance. The hot summer condition, along with rainfall, will further continue to increase the possibility of an increase in these vectors and therefore the increase in the transmission of diseases. So, Madam Speaker, I now make a public appeal to all Jamaican households. I know many households are storing water. Some are catching the rainwater. Some have tanks and blue barrels. Many don't have a choice where they have to fill from the truck. But you do have a choice whether or not you leave these containers open or you close them. So I would encourage all homeowners who are storing water and you are leaving the containers open, that an easy way to control the growth of the mosquito population in your household is to cover the containers. Cover the containers. Another simple exercise, Madam Speaker, is to walk around your surrounding, walk around your yard, your home, and every container that you find, any old tires, any abandoned stove or refrigerator, you should, first of all, for containers, bore the containers if you don't intend to use them. Turn them down if you intend to use them. And for the bulky waste, you should pay keen attention to when it is announced that the NSWMA will be coming around to remove bulky waste and have those placed outside for take-up by the NSWMA when the bulky waste removal program is announced. Madam Speaker, the NWA will also be very active in the cleaning of various gullies to ensure that there is no breeding in the gullies. Whilst you may not have the breeding of the Aedes aegypti mosquito in the gullies, but there are some other types of mosquitoes, some larger ones, that might attempt to lift you up, that we should also try to control. So, Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Health will therefore be engaged in an extensive fogging and larviciding program. And it means that communities should pay attention to the announced schedule. They usually ask that when the fogging is taking place, that you open your doors and windows to allow the chemicals to find its way into the various areas where the mosquitoes may be living. But of course, if you do have health problems, then you should take precautions such as covering your nose and mouth and avoiding being in the area if the fogging is taking place.